So here we are, just south of Finchley, next to the beautiful little village of Great Bardfield. There are a few cars up here by the look of it. I'm not sure what they're doing there. Switch him off. Switch him off. So I've discovered that I can fit my goggles under my visor, because the aperture is big enough on this lid, so that's good. Means you don't get such a chilly nose on your way down. What else have I discovered? Right, so here is the track. There's Finchley, Great Bardfield. Just stopped for coffee at the Blue Egg, and we've got quite a long continuous bit of lane here. Is there anything to reveal? I don't think there is. We've got a bit of luggage, got a spare bag in there, coffee, pineapple chunks, biltong. I'd like to find a way of getting a coffee can in there so that it would heat up. Met some lads here yesterday who were out on their KTMs and gases, and start to finish, yeah, it's just amazing how diverse the sport is. Hobby, pastime. So I came up yesterday and forgot to plug the microphone into the GoPro, and so the footage was unusable, and I thought, well, let's just go again tomorrow. And so here we are. L is for legacy. Now the legacy we've been left is all these green lanes. It's iPhones and Teslas and language. L is for look, listen, Lover's Lane. L is for Latin. That's what I wanted to say to you, Grace. Try not to condemn the system that's going to waste so much of your life by teaching you shit you don't need to know. School. Just get into it, you know, enjoy it. It's a trip, man. I don't know. So how's this for a lane? It's probably the nicest lane I've ever ridden down. I do say that every day, but it's graded. I don't know what this surface is. Mud? No. I don't know what it is. It's not really gravel, but it's perfect. If you were I'm a bit unsure on it, to be honest. It feels too good to be true. Yeah, if you had to like test your Dakar truck, you get top speed down there, I reckon. Roosting all the way. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just the nicest place. This is why I decided I'm coming straight back today, because it's 20 miles from home to get onto this trail, and I thought I'm going to do it in one take, because it's more or less constant heaven playground. Yesterday I saw more bikes out on here than I've ever seen anywhere, which was probably, I'm going to say 5. The 3 lads that I met who were a good crack, and then I saw a guy and a girl on sort of bigger KTMs. Now this here is lovely. L is definitely for lovely. Who have we got here? We've got push bikes. I'm going to give way to them. Well, they've given way to me, which is nice. What a day for it. Thanks, guys. Gorgeous. And I stopped then because the slightest thing in one of these whoops, I just don't want to end up in a bicycle. I just saw two guys at the coffee stop get on their push bikes in a way that I've never seen people get on push bikes. They lifted the front wheels up and then slid the saddle between their legs, and they were on their bikes. It was magic. None of this kind of, which leg am I going to throw over? So I'm going to impress everyone next time I mount up in Finchingfield by popping the bike on its back wheel and then sliding it through between my legs. Look at this. So this is lovely. Just whoopy down a gear, because you don't want to be stalling it. So this is an over square engine we've got here, which means the bore is bigger than the stroke, which means the conrod is relatively short compared to a square engine like the XT500, so it has lower torque but higher horsepower. It means you cannot lug it. So diesel engines can be under square, they can plod along. They're generally more efficient over square engines. You can fit bigger valves relative to the size of the combustion chamber. Anyway, that was this week's little lesson. L is for lovely lessons, Grace. Yeah, I'm going to get lost today. L is for getting lost. Not because I haven't got a sat-nav, but because it's so continuous. Like, this is, so that's the end of your first little trail. How long do you think we've got before the beginning of the next one? I plotted this yesterday. It took about 10 minutes. I'm getting better. You have to practice these things. The reason I forgot to plug my microphone in was because I hadn't done it for a few days, and it's just so easy to mess up. I think I said it in a much earlier video when I went to see James at Oakington. So many things have to fall into place for you to be able to do this. You see this, you can't really see it today. Yesterday this looked like a big beautiful tag someone's done with their rear wheel. I think I know who. So this is where I saw the KTM, I think, yesterday. And staggering lane. And that you're allowed to come and ride out on here. I say it every time. I have to really thank Mike from Two Wheeled Adventures for making this all so accessible in my head. You know, that's the first place you've got to do it, isn't it? You've got to think, oh, I can do that. And then Christian for just like taking me round the first few times and showing me that it's really not that complicated. So Kat has gone out on her horse today to so I'm going to go very slowly because there's a lot of them, got a lot of dogs. Whoops. Thank you. I'll just wait for that one. Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Kat's got a dressage. So look, here we've got 100 yards of tarmac, a dressage competition on her pony. How cool is that? So she's riding round in circles in an arena, and S shapes and figures of 8, and I'm riding round in circles out in the North Essex countryside. Look at this. Someone thought, I know what we'll give the people. We'll give them gorgeous lanes. So lovely lanes. Whoop. Forgot about that. So you've got to keep your wits about you. Forgot about it. This is why. So this is my theory, right? I'm riding. If you drew a spiral centered on my home, what I'm trying to do is get to know the lanes on that spiral one by one, get familiar with them. So I rode this yesterday, so I know it's got these whoopy sections. so I can just be a little bit more confident today. The lads that I met, L is for lads, Grace. You're going to meet quite a few of them, and they've been riding, so they live here and they've been riding these lanes all their lives. One of them said his dad has 30 bikes in shipping containers. It's like, bloody hell. But the lanes that you know well, you can ride them blindfold, you know. You don't need, like, they looked at my sat nav, they were like, what, have you seen this, you know? I'm like, yeah, but I've never been here before, I've got no one to show me around. And it's something that I realised yesterday that's not that interesting, but I ride alone because I can't keep up with anybody. I'm slow, man. I ride slow and I like it like that. I'm not really in a hurry. And these guys on race bikes, you know, they fly along. Morning. So I'm on a relatively tubby 150 kilo Fantic, and you know, these enduro bikes are 100 kilos, you know, so I can't keep up with them, and I'm not, to be honest, I'm not that interested in keeping up with them. I don't, you know, speed is like, it's just one sensation, isn't it? And it's not, look at him. You miss a lot if you go too fast, basically. You don't see the birds and the... Anyway, I'm not going there. What was I trying to say? Yeah, learning. I'm learning the lanes in a spiral around my house. It's a theory, so that I can get more confident, just gradually nibble off a bit more. And so coming back to a lane that I rode yesterday is I mean, it's 20 miles, it's nothing, but this time of year it was 3 degrees when I left home, and it felt somewhat chillier doing 60 mile an hour. And that's the other thing, who wants to ride 20 miles on an enduro bike on the tarmac to get to a lane? Not me. Whereas the extra 50 kilos that this bike weighs makes it a lot nicer on tarmac. You know, they're super lightweight, these enduro bikes, and they're like a sail. One of them was on a 2-stroke 300 gas, and it, honestly, he picked it up, it looked like a moped. Morning. I mean, if I heard a motorbike coming, I would get out of the trail. I wouldn't be stood there. But each to their own. I mean, it's the funny thing about the modern world that, you know, you've got all these navigation apps. They might have come here from miles away, those people. I'm assuming that they walk here every Sunday morning, but they might have come from miles away and not know that there are motorbikes coming up and down here. Mind you, you can kind of see if you look at the roost pattern on the ground, but not everybody tracks like Davy Crockett, Charlie. You've got to give them a break. The boys looked at my route and they said, oh, you're going to get onto Clay Lane or whatever it's called, it's really rutty, you're not going to enjoy it, matey boy fell off. So I stopped just before the end of my route. Whoops, not there, you can see I'm going left and I just can't tell where it is. Yeah, Grace. So here's a little track. We've got tarmac for 10 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards, and we're back off onto gravel. What's this? Hard pack gravel, yeah. Learning. Yeah, speed. So again, because I ride alone, I gotta be careful, man. I don't want any injuries. I don't want my bike broken or bent. Having said that, I mean, this guy's gas. He swapped it for a Honda Grom, which had cost him 300 quid. A proper 300cc 2-stroke. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. It's cool. He's cool. Morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Thank you.
What a cool dog.
Thank you.
Isn't he great? Aren't you nice?
He's probably a bit frightened of your helmet.
But he just wasn't bothered when he walked up.
Oh, do you know why? Because my son had a motorcycle business, and he's probably used to the noise.
But what sort of dog is he?
Just a camera.
It is, sorry.
That's all right. That's fine. No, just there's a tennis court. It will say a tennis court sign. If you follow that round, I think you must be able to. Oh, I don't know if you can actually, because you might have to cut into like a lane thing, unless you know.
I've got the green road map from the TRF, which is a live byways map.
Oh right, yeah.
And I just sit on the laptop in 10 minutes and draw a big loop.
Yeah, you see, I can cut that way because I quite often walk that way. I don't walk all the way around because it's too far. But you'll end up coming to that. There's a barn over there. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a barn, a big barn at the back. And you walk all the way down. It's quite a long way for walking, not on your bike.
What's your name?
Kathy.
Charlie, Kathy.
Hello. Also name first.
Pleasure. I'm going to get on and I'll let you go.
You do that.
Take care.
Bye. Take care.
All the best.
I'll look at your,
yeah.
collie.
Collie dog joy.
Collie dog joy.
Cheers, mate. Wow. Whoops. The deceitful neutral light. So what a nice lady and what a nice dog. A Gordon setter. Not fussed at all. So her boys have got bikes, and I switched the camera off because I thought, when she noticed it, I was like, oh god, yeah, camera. And then I said, I'll cut you out of the video, and she said, oh, I don't mind. So Kathy will be my first interviewee. Telling me, that's such an English thing. Well, if you go to the end of the lane and turn right, I think Bill Bryson, Notes from a Small Island, he said it very well. There's a little bus stop on the side of the A13 just as you leave, and if you go down behind that, there's a shortcut. Hang on a minute, I don't know what you're talking about. I just follow the blue line on the sat nav. So we're going to potter up here because it's an Essex road. I won't switch the camera off because I can see we're not going far. And I can pull that down, and it's pretty good, the audio, when you've got all the screens on and everything. You can hear me breathing. So yeah, L is for lovely ladies on the lanes. Her boys have got bikes. She's got a girl as well. She's got a dog. And I think I'm going to get a QR code to my YouTube and put it on my front fender. One of the lads I met yesterday had a very good idea about cutting the back off the fender, and so that it doesn't foul the louvers when I put them on, because it's all quite close in there. But I'll get some louvers, or make some. If I make them out of cardboard, someone with a laser cutter, Gracie, can cut them out. So that's it for the tarmac, and then just like that, you're back on a byway. We don't need to be in fourth, do we? That's for lugging. So yeah, so over square engines don't lug very well. That's the moral of that little story. And I can't remember how much more of this track we get to do. Look at this. Look at this. If someone said, what do you want to do on Sunday? I'd be hard pressed to find something I'd rather do. Just checking the map there. You know, look at this. It's the most beautiful place on earth, I think, I dare say. And why would you want to bomb down here? It just wouldn't make sense to me. I mean, you might want to. I know a lot of people would love to. You could do. You only have to do a bit of bombing, and you've done your bombing. I love it. You know, I love a bit of bombing, but I really don't have to do much of it to have had my fill. It's the only new sensation speed. Either Confucius or Einstein said that. I can't remember which one. Depends which algorithm you follow. But yeah, everyone's been experiencing a full belly or a warm shower or whatever for millennia. But speed is the new one, and it's why we get awfully confused and road ragey, because our egos aren't really evolved to be doing 70 mile an hour in the rain. So we get a bit freaked out. Understandably. I mean, I have a friend whose doctor told him he had to sell his bike because it was giving him PTSD. You know, the adrenaline was so big that he got traumatized when he rode his motorbike because of his adrenaline. And if I'm honest, I think it happens to quite a lot of people. Whoops. Always feel free to stand up. You know, adrenaline. It's funny, that fight or flight thing, which you know, for the longest time I thought was binary. So either fight or flight. There is a third response, which Adam Riemann talks about, which is freezing. Fight, flight, or freeze. Whoa! We're going up there. Whoa, Nelly. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is freeze when you're threatened. Freezing on a motorbike, for example, if you come round a corner and there's a log there, you've got to do something. You don't want to freeze, you'll get thrown off. Where are we going? Left. You see, because that looks like a bit like a byway up there. And we're going this way. No, you know, when if you get mugged, you know, or assaulted, you don't want to freeze. You want to run like hell, basically. I'm wondering who made these lanes. They're quite phenomenally fantastic. Whoa, that's a big hole. Couple more big ones. So yeah, I'm sorry if it's frustrating, this slow speed with constant natter, but it's just the way it is. This is, I think, coming up to where I ended yesterday, but it is essentially, it's one long lane till there, isn't it? And as I say, if you join the TRF, you'll get the green road map. You can sit on your computer for 10 minutes and make a loop. Well, obviously 10 minutes is only a, what have we been out here, 20 minutes, something like that. It's just, it's not really off-road, is it? It's unpaved road. I was thinking about that today. It's, you know, this is a road really, albeit without tarmac on, I suppose. So there we go, Grace. L is for a long time no see. It rained yesterday on my way home. I stopped in a garage and put all my waterproofs on, and then it stopped raining, as it does. But I need to get some waterproof trousers that fit over my boots. Answers on a postcard. So I think we've got one more lane before I call it quits. I'm not sure. We're only going to just nip up here. can see on the map here, the waypoint is just around the corner. Look at that beautiful old church. I mean, you'd be forgiven. Sunday, where's all the cars? Where's all the people? I think I'm going to get into the church. You know, it's another part of the legacy, isn't it? And I need to learn a bit of forgiveness, I think. I'm not very good at forgiving. Yeah, we went to see Bruce Springsteen movie in Haverhill on Friday, date night, and found ourselves in a wonderful pub because we couldn't book a table anywhere else, and what a relief it was. It was great. Been sat down all day, haven't I? Sat on my fat arse. It's nice standing up. Look at all the slows. Woohoo! Gin time. I think I might be a bit over slow gin, only because my wife made gooseberry gin, and that is next level. Here's the pheasants. Come on, don't worry, you've got wings and stuff, you know, you can... Look at this. This is unbelievable. And it's accessible. I have to reiterate that for anyone who's unsure about it. Get a bike and ride it. It's as simple as that. There we go. I mean, so I'm about halfway round my little loop. So I put the camera back on because there's no point in stopping now. Might as well go see what else there is. Yeah, I met someone yesterday who said that dachshunds are so savage they can take a deer. Which is something I wouldn't like to see. Oh yeah, legacy. Right, watched the Peter O'Toole movie yesterday called Rogue Male. My goodness me. It's probably like early colour cinema, set in 1939. And what a gem of a movie. Slow paced. You know, everything. Oh, it's like The Bourne Identity, but shot in the 60s and just super cool. So yeah, I met someone who said, "Oh, I'm not don't give a shit about what I leave." I think it was someone who worked in the paint shop, actually. Talking about legacy. So there's a mountain biker up ahead. Well, I'm glad I found this lane. This is lovely. You know, you might not be able to leave a fortune to your kids or the Cats Protection League, whoever it is, but you can leave the world in a better state than it was when you got it. I think that's the idea, isn't it, behind legacy. Here's a chap. Whoops. Thanks, man. I couldn't find my horn then. Having a lovely day?
Bit of a headwind, it's alright on that.
I'll give you a tow if you like.
It'll be alright on the way back though.
Isn't it beautiful?
I'm only going to Bardfield, so...
I'll get off the lane so someone can pass us.
Have a good one.
See you, mate. There's the crab apples. There you go, you've made a friend. In 3 seconds. See you, mate. I mean, we're not up north. If I'd been up north, it would have been see you then, love. But that's just being a woolly back southerner for you. Look at the state of this, man. Now this is a roost spot, isn't it? This, you just want to go flat out down here. But I can see a family up there, and the last thing I want to do is spook them because they can't get their dog back under control and they're worried it's going to chase me. I do know a Otto who would chase the motorbike for fun, and you wouldn't see it. There they go, they've got him in, they've heard me. Thanks guys! The little one seemed excited to see a motorbike. We're in 4th gear. We've still got our indicator on. So this is great. You know, if there wasn't anyone here, I'm sure people, Christian, would love to blast down this, because it's a really nice surface. It's that, I don't know what you call it, we'll have to think of a name for it. It's loose, but it's hard packed. So you could drift for days down here. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Oh my goodness me, I get to ride up here. Oh my, look, post box, green lane. Ah, look at this. This is for me. Oh my word. Look at this. Ah, I've come up here before. No, I haven't. Look at it. It's just one big rut. Oh, I can't believe it. No, I can't believe it. Pinch yourself. 2nd gear. Christian, did you drag me up here, did you? I don't think you did. I think I might have just seen Mike come up here, possibly on a Tenere. Look at this hazel coppice. There'll be some nice poles in there. Look at it. Ooh, yum. Now this is archaic. Oh, there's a drainage pipe in there. This is an old lane. So you've got signs of ancient woodland. I mean, one of them is that it's been coppiced for generations. Butcher's Broom is a dead giveaway for actual ancient forest. Interestingly to me, the bluebells, so in France they have different coloured bluebells. Bluebells propagate by, this is just heaven, bluebells propagate by spreading out. One bulb spreads out past another. And the bluebells that we have in this country are blue, hence the name. But in France they have all sorts of different colours. But the blue ones were the only ones that made it over before the English Channel flooded. So that's why we've only got bluebells. So this little piece of plastic here would foul any louvers that I fit there, possibly. So, and it's detachable, so that's all right. So we just forget the mudguard and just fit louvers there. But look at this. Now that's a hard won legacy, I think. That's why grandfather went over a landmine. And my wife's grandfather flew Messerschmitts. My grandfather, one of them anyway, was a forces chaplain. And the other was like a commando. How exciting. But they fought for this. And died for this. So that's what we're thinking about when we think about legacy, is what we've been given, the language. You know, it's so precious. And it is a responsibility. Sometimes I get a bit loquacious, you know, and I get a bit too lippy and lingual. And it is a sign of mental illness, you know, and it sounds like ADHD. Can you hurry up and get to the point? Well, no, I'm going to take my sweet ass time and I'm going to tie in as many different things as I can think of before I get to the point, and then I'll shut up and let you have a go. Promise. I'm going up there. It's too beautiful. This is going to be a long video, isn't it? I'm sorry. We've got too much going on. Bit of tarmac. I'll switch the camera off. But look at these houses. It's, you know, there's nothing more exciting than finding a new lane that looks like this. You know, L is for license. I feel like I have to apologise for going slowly, but I'm in heaven, so what's the rush, you know? It's another wonderful thing about riding alone, is that you've not got to keep up, you've not got to show off, you know. And all the blackberries. Oop. Thank you. Thanks very much. A thumbs up and a thank you goes a long way. Look at this. So yeah, Germany and Britain both use the oak leaf, I think, as a sort of national doodah. Morning. You know, you get oak leaves on your medals or your epaulets or whatever. That is it. I can't believe it. That is it. Well, you can see on the map here we've got one more bit of a waypoint. I do love, there's nothing like a wooden signpost, but a close second comes a cast iron maybe, and then the concrete ones are pretty beautiful too. Look at all this, will you? Look at all this gaff. Public byway. So we're going to go up here, and then we're going to very slowly find our way back home via a gas station, I guess. It's been so nice to have you with me. I really must say this is a completely different experience than it would be. It's not actually, is it? I don't know. I'm thinking without the camera, without talking to people I've never met before and my niece. Is it different? I mean, is it covert narcissism? Am I desperately trying to impress strangers? No, I don't think so. I'm having a chat, you know, and I'm doing my thing. You know, this is so not what Kat would do. You know, she won't get it. But that's why we work well together, maybe. I don't know. I think, so someone's had a go at filling in some holes on here. It's glorious. So the clocks went back. We won an extra hour, and we'll lose it tonight. Thanks for coming along. I hope you all have a good week. Can't believe it's Sunday. I've got to go and spray paint 2 ceilings tomorrow with stain block. That much I know. The rest I'll discover when I get there. If it's a short week, I'll make some paintings. So yeah, look at this. Look at this. It's kind of who's that wonderful American painter? It'll come to me. Oh, I don't want the lanes to stop. Oh, it's stopping up here. Never mind. Go and get a bacon roll, mate. You deserve it. Oh yeah. Roofers. Legends amongst men.